French 1. I'm Madame Rumley. It is Wednesday, 11 a.m. Eastern Time, week 24, March 15th, and today's lesson is l'argent, or money. First of all, happy St. Patrick's Day in a few days. I don't know much about saints, but he's one of my favorites. Can anyone else hear me? Okay. Those of you who that message popped up for, maybe try audio setup again. Okay. Does anyone have any St. Patrick's Day traditions other than wearing green? Is anyone in here Irish? Oh, Vari, because of your name. Olivia's part Irish. I just realized I told the people who can't hear me to try the audio setup. I should have typed it. No St. Patrick's Day traditions? Well, it's not a huge holiday, I guess. Wear green, just about it. We used to have a party with my neighbors where we decorated cookies and did crafts and things. Eat corned beef for lunch. Yeah, stuff like that. Food things. All right, le programme pour aujourd'hui est prière, écriture, cultural corners about Jeanne d'Arc, révision devoir, leçon 20 et devoir. All right, let's pray. Father, thank you so much for these students, those who are here, those who are watching the recording. I ask that you bless them and the things that are going on in their lives. Give them a thank you for the wonderful things that are happening to them and that they're going through, and give them grace to wait or wisdom to make decisions in the things that are hard. Bless this class. May we have good connections. Everyone can hear and be connected. And may I teach well, each student learn well, that this lesson will be a blessing. Be glorified in this time. In Jesus' name, amen. All right. Yay, Rebecca. Awesome. All right. L'écriture pour aujourd'hui vient de Matthieu 6, 9. Notre Père qui est aux cieux, que ton nom soit sanctifié. Our Father in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Hallowed be thy name. That's supposed to be an E, not a Y. By thy name. Okay, sounds good, Rebecca. All right. So what I actually mixed this verse up with last week's, because last week was just kind of chaotic. Or the weeks before was chaotic when I was preparing last week's lesson. What we're going to be doing for our verses from now on is the Lord's Prayer. So we'll be learning each little part 1 week at a time. This is the first part of the Lord's Prayer. Last week's was the second part, but it doesn't really matter. You know the order. So for the rest of the semester, because we're coming down the home stretch really here, yes, it will be easier. It'll be kind of a fun thing that you can like have this whole paragraph memorized in French. So here's that first part. Notre is our, as you know. Père, Father, you already know that. Qui est, who is. This is like a different form of a verb, but you can just pretend there's a T there. It's not how I have it is not grammatically incorrect. It's just like a different grammar form that you're not even going to learn in French 1. But it's the same as if there was a T. Just think of it that way for right now. Qui est, who is in the heavens, that your name will be sanctified or treated holy, essentially. So that's the word for word. Tout le monde lève les mains. Notre Père qui est aux cieux, que ton nom soit sanctifié. All right, Danielle, you're up first. Go for it.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Notre Père qui est au qui you pronounce the S
Oh,
because it's before a vowel.
Sure. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Qui est au cieux, que ton nom soit sanctifié.
Good.
Yeah. That you
Very good. Good job, Danielle. Well done. Very nice. All right, Rachel, you're up next.
Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Notre Père qui est aux cieux, que ton nom soit sanctifié. Matthieu 6:9.
Very well done, Rachel. Good liaisons and all the things. Really good. Alyssa, you're up next.
Notre Père qui est aux cieux, que ton nom soit sanctifié. Matthieu 6:9.
Really good, Alyssa. Really good. Because there's an accent on this last E here, you can pronounce it. Sanctifié. Can you try it again? Sanctifié. Really good. Good job. All right. Sarah, you're up next.
Notre Père qui est aux cieux, que ton nom
Soit.
sanctifié. Matthieu 6:9.
Soit. Yeah, there you go. Good. It sounded perfect, but other than that, and you fixed it very beautifully. Well done, Sarah. Elena, you're up next. Helena, I'm having a hard time hearing you. I can hear that you're speaking, but then it gets like so quiet. My volume's all the way up. Do you think is there a way you can turn your mic volume up a bit? Okay, I can hear you a little bit. Maybe try kind of yelling a little bit into it. Okay. Good job, Elena. I could hear you at first, and then I could tell like your voice was fine, but the mic was kind of going out. But yeah, what I heard sounded really good. Well, so we'll take it. Good job. Hannah, you're up next.
Okay. Notre Père qui est aux cieux, que ton nom soit sanctifié. Matthieu 6:9.
Really good. At the end here, we pronounce the I because it's not the last letter. We sanctify and then a. So there's actually two syllables here. Sanctify is how it sounds slowly. Can you try that one more time?
Sanctifié.
Good. I mean, I don't think a French person would pronounce it slowly like you and I just did, but that's how it works. Good job. All right, Vari, you're up next.
Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Notre Pierre, que es aux cieux, que ton nom soit sanctifié. Matthieu 6.
Really good. No corrections. That sounded great. All right, Annie, you're up next. Yeah, Danielle, except instead of an A at the end, I would probably do it A, like that. Like Canadian A, that kind of thing. Just to be stereotypical. Oh wait, hold on, I got confused. Annie, did you just go? Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah, okay, it's your turn. Yes, I can hear you. Great. Good job. Très bien. Your liaisons are good and all the things. Elaine, your turn. Mm-hmm. Excellent. No corrections. Good job. Olivia? Yes. Good. So we pronounce this as que, hard que, and soi. Good. Good job. And then Isabel, you're up. Last but not least.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Notre Père qui es aux cieux, que ton nom soit sanctifié. Matthieu 6.
Good job, Isabel. Sorry, Olivia had just written, so her name came up. Well done, Isabel. That sounded really good. And way to take your time pronouncing that word. Like I think I've said before, never resist going slowly and carefully. If you were in France trying to communicate, they'd probably understand you better if you talked slowly and carefully rather than fast and maybe some errors, right? All right, well done, everyone. You guys sound great. Keep up. Even though we're not doing the oral tests this semester since Landry closed, try to memorize the verses, and if nothing else, then the Lord's Prayer, just to have that kind of thing to memorize and have your the pronunciation in place. I'll double check. Actually, I'll write myself a note. I'll double check that I read all my notes on my phone, so hold on a second. That all of the French, sorry, what am I trying to do? Too many things at once. The scripture verses are on YouTube. So you can practice, you can hear it, play it over and over again, pause it, and make sure you pronounce things really well. Oh, that's cool, Hannah. Neat. All right. Any questions about l'écriture? All right, let's move on to today's cultural corner is about another saint. St. Patrick's Day, but another saint, Jeanne d'Arc, Joan of Arc. She was a French woman. She was born during the 100 Years' War, if you learned about that in your history classes. It was literally nearly 100 years of war between England and France. I mean, if you look throughout history, they've been warring since pretty much always. and conquering each other and things like that. But there was like an official kind of war that went on for a really long time, and she was instrumental in ending it. She was born in 1412, and she heard from God around age 13. And it was around age 16. So this is like your guys' age, right? She led an army with no military experience, and she led the army to victory and crowned the French. Even though they were kind of under the French were kind of under siege of the English, they drove the English out. They knew who the French king would have been, and they had him crowned Charles VII. But around age 19, she was captured, tried, and burned at the stake for being called a witch. But if you read her story, I think it was for kind of political reasons and less religious reasons that she was executed. She died May 30th. Oh, that's cool. You just read about her. Happy late birthday. Happy birthday. She died around May 30th in the city of Rouen. And it wasn't until 1451, like years, is that like 20 years or something later, she had a posthumous trial, after her death, where Charles VII cleared her name. Like, oh, well, actually, maybe she wasn't a witch. And we'll clean up her reputation. And then in 1920, so what is that? 350 years later, or 450 years later, the Pope Benedict the 15th made her a saint. But she was pretty much legendary immediately, and immediately became the patron saint of France. Like during her life, just who she was and what she did for the French was immediately legendary. Actually, it was probably because of how popular she was that she was killed people and in political power were jealous or concerned, and so got rid of her. But um, uh, she was faithful to God, and He used her and brought about victory in France. And and now she is honored as the patron saint of France. Any questions or any facts that you know about Joan of Arc that I don't? There's a pretty good movie in French about her if you want to look it up. I think it's just called Joan of Arc or something like that. All right, let's do Révision devoir. We're on page 278. 278. Le Marathon de Paris. The Paris Marathon. Not all runners finish the Paris Marathon. Say who does and who doesn't. So we are putting into practice here the verb finir. We learned IR verbs last week. Finir is one of them, and it is regular. Je, tu, il, elle, nous, vous, il, elle. It is a regular IR verb. So I'm going to have tout le monde lever des mains. Rachel, you're at the top of the list. Rachel, can you, let me get my pointer out here. Can you conjugate finir for us in this box up here? Regular IR verb. Tout le monde lever des mains. Hello? Uh-oh. Am I back? Okay. Usually if no one responds, then that's usually because the internet, something's wrong with the internet. All right, so Rachel, I would like you to conjugate finir for us here in this box. It's a regular IR verb and how it is conjugated. And then everyone else say whether me, you, we, you, or Eric finishes the marathon. So like I finished the marathon. You did not finish the marathon. We finished the marathon. You did not finish the marathon. Eric finished the marathon. Rachel, you can just do a text. that box is just so it looks contained, but you can just kind of do a text box right in anywhere here and it should be fine. All right, Hannah, numéro 1. Elena, numéro 2. Alyssa, numéro 3. Vari, numéro 4. And Rebecca, numéro 5. Vas-y. Numéro 2. Tu ne finis pas. Parfait. Numéro 5. Eric finit le marathon. Good. Nous finissons le marathon. Le marathon de Paris. Très bien. Je finis. Hannah and everyone, fini is a transitive verb. It's a verb that needs more information after it, can't stand alone. So you'd have to include what it is that you finished. Good. Je finis le marathon. Très bien. Vous ne finissez pas. Don't forget the other half of your negative sandwich. Ne finissez pas le marathon de Paris. Good. Good job. And then let's look at the conjugation of finir here. There we go. Okay. Je finis, tu finis, il, elle finit, nous finissons, vous finissez, il, elle finissent. Très bien. Let's move on. Page 278. So lower your hands, re-raise them. Le régime, the diet. Read about the following people, say if they're gaining or losing weight. So here we're practicing, last exercise is practicing the verb finir, conjugating it. This time we're practicing conjugating grossir and maigrir. So if the example is Philippe mange beaucoup de pizza, if he's eating a lot of pizza, il grossit, il ne maigrit pas. So each of you will be practicing both maigrir and grossir. Got it? Okay. So Sarah numéro 1, Danielle numéro 2, Abigail numéro 3, Olivia numéro 4, Isabelle numéro 5. Vas-y. Am I still lagging? Can everyone still hear me? How do you say the G in maigrir? Okay, good. So all the IR verbs have the same conjugation as finir, and yes, these are regular IR verbs. They have the same endings. IS, IS, IT, ISSONS, ISSEZ, ISSENT. These are all regular IR verbs. And then Isabel asks, what do we do again? So you read the sentence, like number 1, vous faites des exercices. You're doing exercises. So then you would say, you want to put into practice both the verb maigrir and the verb grossir. You would say, vous maigrissez. Yes, you're losing weight, doing exercises. Vous ne grossissez pas. You are not gaining weight. You're either, yes, you are gaining weight, and no, you are not gaining weight, or the other way around. Numéro 4. Je mange des carottes. I'm eating carrots. So that's probably something that would make you lose weight. Je maigris. Je ne grossis pas. Not gaining weight. It's silly. It's a silly little exercise. It's not. It's just an excuse to practice maigrir and grossir. So all IR verbs have the same conjugation as finir. Oh, you already answered that. Okay. I'm hungry now. Numéro 2. Nous maigrissons. Vous ne maigrissons pas. So your subject should be the same, actually. We lose weight. We do not gain weight. It's like your subject has to be the same, new. And then if you said lose weight, then this one should be about gaining weight. Vous êtes inactif. You're inactive. Vous grossissez. Vous ne maigrissez pas. Good. This exercise may feel a little awkward. I feel like almost everywhere else in the world, people talk about each other's body weight much easier than in the United States. I feel like in the United States, it's much more of a taboo. But I think Europe is not too different from the States. Like you probably wouldn't just like have a conversation about someone's weight in front of them. But you probably less of a taboo than the States. So good. Nous maigrissons, nous ne, and then this should be grossissons. S-O-N-S. Pas. Because we're talking about if you're losing weight, then you are not gaining weight. That kind of thing. Why do you say day before exercises, number 1? Why do you say, did I say day before des exercices? Il ne maigrit. The exercises? Like here? You do some exercises? You do some exercises, exercising. Well, it literally means some exercises. Like what else would you say? Since exercises is plural, what is before it? Has to be plural. Oh, is that what you meant? I thought you meant like why say some instead of the or a. Il ne maigrit pas et grossir. Okay, so you didn't quite spell it right, but you got the right idea. Just make sure you do the conjugations properly. Any other questions? Okay, yeah, any, so like it just the same as in English, you wouldn't say do, oh, actually in English you can say do exercises. In French, we almost always have to add an article, some exercises or the exercises or an exercise or something like that. All right, next, page 279, différence d'opinion. Francois is showing the new things he bought to his sister Valérie. She prefers the old things. So there's 2 sentences you'll be writing here. For example, the first example is des chaussures. He says, tu aimes mes nouvelles chaussures? And she says, eh bien non, je préfère tes vieilles chaussures. So we're putting into practice the adjectives. Actually, I'll have someone do these. Vieux, vieux, and nouveau. The different forms of old and the different forms of new. So Rebecca can you tell us, write in this box all the different forms of vieux, and Rachel, can you write all the different forms of nouveau? Are adjectives that mean old and new. And then here, let me assign. Can I have more people raising their hands so everyone gets a chance to practice? Hannah, person, numéro 3. Vari, sorry, I was looking at the number next to your name. Hannah, person, numéro 1. Vari, numéro 2. Danielle, numéro 3. Abigail, numéro 4. Isabelle, numéro 5. Vas-y. What are we supposed to be saying, though? I think I missed that. Oh, okay. If you look on page 279, you're writing two sentences. First, Francois says, "Do you like my new shoes?" And then Valérie, his sister, says, "No, I prefer your old shoes." So here, I'll do the example over here. First, we have des chaussures. And he says, "Est-ce que tu aimes mes nouvelles chaussures?" Do you like my new shoes? And we're putting into practice here that chaussure is féminin and plural, so we make the adjective féminin et pluriel. Also, nouvelle and vieux are one of those adjectives that come before the noun. Oh, I totally misspelled nouveau. I was like thinking too many things at once. Okay, it's not letting me erase it. This always happens to me when I'm talking and writing at the same time. Why does she say te before old? Oh, she says, "I like your old shoes." So he says, do you like he says, "Do you like my new shoes? Mes nouvelles chaussures." Do you remember this exercise? And she says, "Non, je préfère, I prefer." Remember how to conjugate that? Je préfère your, tes nouvelles chaussures. Oh, sorry, tes vieilles chaussures. Yes. Okay, Annie. So this is we're getting into the complicated things of all the things to remember and recall when we're doing these exercises. So let's start with my, has three forms. It could be mon, ma, or mes. Your can be ton, ta, te. Those are all your. We pick te for this example because the noun that we're talking about that is yours, the thing that we're talking about, is chaussures, it's shoes. And they're plural. So it would be ton if it was just masculine singular, or ta if it was feminine singular, but it's te, plural. Does everyone recall that? All the little details to remember. Tu aimes, good, conjugating that, mon nouveau polo, good. Non, je préfère, good. Ton vieux polo, perfect. Conjugations are on. Your pronouns match, your adjectives match, your adjectives are in the right place. Good job. Annie, did I clear it up for you? Everyone else too? Tu aimes des nouvelles? We're not saying here, do you like some? Des means some. We're saying here, do you like my new sunglasses? Because he's talking about one specifically in front of him or on his body. Some means, do you like like in general sum. Tu aimes tes nouvelles lunettes de soleil. Lunettes de soleil is feminine and plural, so it is nouvelle. Perfect. Good fix. Non, je préfère. And then this would be tes. Good. Tes vieilles lunettes de soleil. So you're right. Lunettes de soleil is féminin, but it's also plural. So vieille needs an S on the end here. Good. I know, guys, so many details. It actually may be worth your time to create a checklist. Oh no, my brain is already dead and I'm pregnant, and so like the things that I forget, it's terrible. So I'm no one to judge you. So it may be worth your guys' effort and time to make a checklist of all the things to remember when you're writing sentences in French, and like use that when you study for the test, because we have one coming up soon. Okay. Tu aimes mon nouvel impair. Perfect. Impair is masculine and singular, but singular, but it also begins with a vowel, so we do that form. Good. Non, je préfère ton vieil impair. Perfect. I'm going to stretch this out. Oh no, they're two different ones. Okay. That way my little stickers won't get in the way. Est-ce que tu aimes mes nouvelles affiches? Okay, so affiche is féminin. Affiche is féminin and plural. Wait, I'm just double checking it. Affiche. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. So what's the feminine plural form of where'd it go? Of affiche. All right. Non, je préfère tes vieilles affiches. Perfect. And then who is number 5? Oh, that's fine. Is number 5 there? Let's do these. Vieille. Okay, well, I guess we start. Okay, you're using the one I started out with. Okay. Vieux. Little sticker struggling to go this high up. Okay. Vieux. There we go. Vieux. Then viel before that's masculine singular before a vowel. Viel is feminine singular. Vieux is masculine plural. Vieille. Vieille is before feminine plural. And then we have nouveau, nouvelle, nouveau, nouvelle. Perfect. You got it. Good job, you guys. Oh, that's okay. Why don't you just, if you didn't go, that's fine. Just keep your hand raised. You can do the next exercise. Any questions about this, you guys? There were lots of things to remember and recall in each. Almost every word had something that you had to remember. Any questions? You did really well, so that's good. Okay, let's move on to comparaison. This is what we didn't get to last class, so it's worth spending some time on now, making sure we get it. This is where we talked about, or the lesson was about comparisons. In French, we say something is plus de, moins de, or aussi bien que. What am I saying? Okay, I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what is happening to my brain. You just have to give me some grace. The pregnancy brain is like hitting hardcore. Okay. Okay, so this is comparisons. Is something more, less, or as much as something else? So let's do, for an example, cher, which is expensive. So if I want to say something is more expensive than, say, plus cher que something else. If it's less expensive, I would say c'est moins cher que. If it's as expensive or like equitable price, then I would say c'est aussi cher que. Thanks, Mar. Oh man. Okay, so that's how we express that the comparisons between things. Our adjective goes in between. That this blank here is for an adjective such as expensive, cher, cher, cher. Now, the kind of key thing to remember here, the kind of trick thing here, is make sure that your adjective matches the gender and noun of what we're talking about. So here, let me pull up the example from the textbook. How about la jupe est plus chère que le chemisier? I'm going to go over here. Actually, there might be a space right here. Okay, because the default's pretty small. La jupe, the skirt, is plus cher que le chemisier. Okay, so here I want to say that the skirt is more expensive than the shirt. Okay, so what I did is I said, like, my thing is more and then my adjective, expensive, than, because essentially we're functioning as than here, and then what the thing I'm comparing it to. What I'm trying to point out to you here is that my adjective cher has to match the thing that it's describing. I'm saying that the skirt is expensive, so that, and its skirt is feminine and singular, so my adjective has to be feminine and singular. It's hard to remember sometimes because it's not next to this adjective is not next to the noun it's describing. So it's kind of far away, so sometimes we forget that it belongs to it. Oh man. Okay, here I'm going to turn off my video. Okay. Can you guys hear me okay? Okay. I'm going to hold on, let me text my husband. Maybe he's like on the computer or something. Okay. Okay, so that's first example. La jupe est plus chère que le chemisier. But if I want to say something like les vestes sont plus chères que, what was the example in the textbook? Or moins chères que les manteaux. Okay. Okay. Manteau. Can you hear me? So the gender of the first noun goes to the adjective. Yeah. And that's should be kind of logical, right? Because if you say, wait, which thing is expensive? More or less expensive? And you'd be like, oh, the skirt. We're talking about the skirt. Or for the second example, the jackets, les vestes sont moins chères. So I have sont, and then moins cher que. So we have moins, adjective, and then que. And cher here has an S on it's in the feminine form and it's in the plural form because vest is feminine and plural. Oops, my arrow got a little tweaked there. Any questions on this? Okay, good. So for the exercise, if you have questions as we get going, that's fine. You can still keep asking them. So question, or the exercise, how much do you think the following pairs of items cost? Give your opinion saying whether the first one is more expensive, less expensive, or as expensive as the second one. So you look at this exercise and decide whether you think une casquette is plus cher que, moins cher que, or aussi cher que des lunettes de soleil. And make sure that your verbs and your adjectives are conjugated properly. Okay. Anyways, okay, let's keep going. Sarah numéro 6, Olivia numéro 7, Alyssa numéro 8, Rachel numéro 9, Hannah numéro 10. And then after this, we'll have our 5-minute break. Okay. And if you recall the forms of the adjective, cher, expensive, means expensive. And the forms are cher, cher, and cher. Okay, so this is masculine singular, this is feminine singular, this is masculine plural, and this is feminine plural. Okay. Une casquette est good. Plus cher, good, que des lunettes de soleil. Perfect. Well done, numéro 6. Well done. Numéro 7. Les bottes. So here, les bottes, you said that the boots is more expensive. You want to say the boots are more expensive. So you have to sont. Good. Very good. Les bottes sont plus chères. Good. Feminine plural. Que des tennis. Perfect. Well done. Really well done. Okay. Numéro 9. I'm just gonna stretch you out so my little things can fit. Okay. Numéro 9. Un baladeur est moins cher qu'une montre. Well done. You remembered that this would have to be contracted there. Really well done. Mini chaîne is like a stereo. Numéro 10. Le portable est plus cher que la mini chaîne. Parfait. Good. Good. Yeah, you got it. The gender is matching with your adjectives, and your verbs are correct, and everything's in the right order. All right. Le short est moins cher. So, short here is masculine and singular. Cher here should also be masculine and singular. Right now it's in the feminine form. Yes, there's the correct answer, yeah. Cher que le maillot de bain. And then here's the correct form of cher. Good. Really good, you guys. You guys got that really, really well. Well done. Any questions on this before we move on? Because we'll take our 5-minute break and then really move on. All right. I will see you in 5.